and don't waste your time trying to force things in through these candlesticks. And don't focus so much on how much time you got left. As long as you're working every day, working towards progressing, moving forward, you'll get there. You'll get there sooner than you thought. Once you get there, in the time you're spending right now, that might feel daunting and too laborious, won't be so much like that when you look back on it. Everything seems so much further in front of you when you're trying to get there. The first time, it's always a long journey. In the beginning, when you don't have experience, you don't want to be going out there pressing the button like my son did and fail and then feel grief about it. Learning how to trade with a real account, whether it be a large amount of money or a small amount of money, is the absolute asinine fucking way to do this, because you're literally encouraging fear. You're encouraging uncertainty that paralyzes you, because you're making it a scoreboard of, I lost money. No matter how much money it is, when you have that, it's real hard to get motivated. So when I teach it with a demo. I teach how to go through back testing and collecting experiences where the market has done the very things I've taught. And I give you the benefit of knowing what I think is going to happen beforehand. So that way it holds you to an expectation in the marketplace. Does the market go higher when he says it goes higher? Does it respect those levels he's referring to? Does it trade to those pools of liquidity? Are you going back through the charts and looking for the things I teach? Is it in there? Is it happening? Don't require my own trades to be the only testimonial. If you do that, you're failing. Cameron's not even journaling. He can't do that right now. What did you just say? You heard what the fuck I said. He needs to have his pride restored. He's hurt. So the only way, and this is the best thing I could come up with, was give him something where, yes, these approaches, if he just would let the trade run, he could be making 30, 40, 60, 100 fucking handles. He could be doing that, but he doesn't have the patience to hold on to it because he's afraid it's going to turn around on him. He's afraid of that. And the only way you get over that fear is doing this. I wish I could learn how to hold a trade. I've been in so many trades. If I just would have held on to it, it went to my target. How do I fix that, ICT? You take incremental exits and you hold yourself to the fact that this is what my trade was and I'm feeling discomfort. As soon as you feel the discomfort, close it and then watch the trade pan out. Or if it goes through where your stop loss would have been, you're thankful you didn't lose. But if it goes in your direction, you log it and you cheerlead yourself. And the next time you feel that uncomfortable point and you want to get out of the trade, wait 2 minutes. Not 1, 2. Literally 2 minutes. And then if you still feel uncomfortable, close the trade again. Then log it. If it goes to where your stop was, you did the right thing. If it goes a little bit further, guess what? Just like repetitions with weight training, you're adding a plate. You're adding one more repetition, and you're holding to failure. You're fighting the negatives. That's where growth happens. You can't just tap out as soon as you feel it all the time. You have to press into that uncertainty, and you do that over time. And I'm sorry, but a 40-day fucking trainer, a 120-day trainer, a 1-month boot camp, a 1-week fucking crash course ain't gonna fuck teach you that, folks. It's not gonna fucking do it. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna do it. I got a million bucks that says it ain't gonna find somebody gonna do that, make $1 million. Ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna fuck happen. But I'm making millionaires. Holla. What did they pay for it? Their time, sweat, stress. They had to go through the mill with ICT. And it's hard here. Only the strong survive. The weak get chewed up and spat out. Holding on to a trade, and I'll say this in closing. The way you hold on to a trade is you have to be content with, all right, I locked in something. This is a good fucking day. I got $1,500 locked in on this trade. I'm aiming for $20,000. I got a fucking full pool on 10 lot. I know it's likely to go 100 handles. I know it's likely to go down there. But I'm going to wrestle my fucking greed because I feel like I have to take this $2,700 trade off that's fluctuating here and there above 3,000. And you know in your fucking heart that if you just let this fucking thing go, 6.5 hours from now, it's going to be 100 plus handles. But you're wrestling with, but what if it isn't? And I don't take the $2,700 off, or it stops me out at $1,500 and I could have took the $2,700. That's ass backwards thinking, folks. That's fucking ass backwards. You're all talking about how you want to have these high multiple R trades, but you don't want to do the work to hold on to get them. All these clowns out there that sell these courses and talk that high multiple bullshit, you do not see them taking, they would be billionaires. Why are they still selling fucking courses? Where's their fucking yachts? They're not doing it, folks. They're not doing it. Period. Common fucking sense. Use it. I teach from a practical stance. I come to you with no fucking glitz. And I tell you exactly the way it's supposed to be. I tell you it's going to be hard. I tell you it's going to take you longer than you want it to be. I tell you that people are going to make fun of you because, it's going to fly in the face of everybody else's logic. But the testimonials just keep coming in. That's undeniable. And you're in the waiting. You're on deck. You're next. You're the fucking next success story, but you're holding it up. You got to get out of your own way. You have to get out of your own way. I'm doing everything I possibly can, folks, except for take your fucking trades. Okay, I'm doing everything I possibly can. But you have to listen to these discussions. You have to listen to this, because these are the things that's going to put all those things together for you as a trader. Whether it's my shit that you're going to use as a technical aspect or somebody else's dumb shit. Bottom line is, if it can be used as a catalyst to make a decision, that's all we're doing. We're using some kind of stimuli to make a decision, to act, to move, to do something, push the fucking button, do something, and then manage risk throughout the process. The only thing that separates me from everybody else is everybody else is holding on to a religion about an idea, in an indicator-based idea, or something that's bullshit. It has no basis on why price is going to go up and down. I give you the best of the best. Practical, real-world experience, 30 years experience of telling you what the fuck these markets are going to do, authorship, all throughout. You have the highest form of technical science and the most practical sense of using what it is that we should be doing as a risk manager. I'm not telling you to go out there and trade with 15 contracts. I'm telling you to use one contract. Look what my son was able to do with one fucking week. 1 week. And he's not even hitting fucking doubles. He's just batting singles, getting up there, getting his 10 handles, boom. Sometimes he's been spooked out of the trade and he has to go back in and get that last $50. That's what he's working on now. But he's getting his 200 fucking bucks. Don't waste your time trying to force too much in the beginning, looking for things that are unnecessary in the charts. Focus on the things I tell you to look for, and don't put a destination or an expiration on your success. Because what you're going to discover is throughout the process, and that's my son right now, he's in the earliest stages of real progress, and he's seeing the fruits of it. Many of you are recording in your tweets and responses to me that you're encouraged by that. How do you think he feels? How do you think he feels laying his head down, thinking, I did more today than I did in pay working these 10 hours, because he's doing 10-hour days. 10-hour days driving to Pennsylvania with the crew he's with, and they pay him money until he gets to his car, and then once he gets to his car, his pay stops for the day. But he's spending a lot of time out there doing that stuff, getting all cut up, putting his hands through these condensers he's helping install, all that stuff. He's doing a working class hero job. He doesn't have a spoon-fed fucking lifestyle where daddy's giving it to him because I have it. I wanted to be like that, but I've seen that it doesn't work with my oldest boy. So I'm practical. I learned from the mistake. I learned how to do a better job at this. I'm not a perfect father, But when it comes to money, giving it to them, buying the stuff for them, apart from a car, I think everybody should have a car. But I don't just lavish them with money. Because I have it doesn't obligate them to receive it from me. They have to acquire it themselves. And once they have that skill set, they'll have greater self-esteem for themselves, and their family they will create will be able to look up to them as a patriarch and say, I want to be like my dad. And I'm glad he didn't give it to me. He sent me a text yesterday. He said, Dad, I want to thank you for not being easy on me. And it was upsetting to me, but it was a good upsetting. It was very touching. I shared it with my wife. I said, you know, I've been hard on him the last couple months because he didn't listen to me. And I told him, I said, you're going to do this or you're going to walk this whole show on your own. That means, you got everything you're going to get from me. Like, you have to learn how to make your way in this world. You can't just accept the fact that, shit's going to be hard and a coffee shop job ain't it. And you're not going to college. So what is you going to do? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to own my own business. Okay. In the meantime, what are you going to do? I tried. It's hard, Dad. I know. And my students complain about the same fucking way you are right now. It's hard, ICT. It's hard. They complain. You want to complain. It's normal. But instead of complaining, take that energy and direct it into studying, back testing, taking the information that you see that's already happened, pull it out of the charts, record it, and it's there. And it'll encourage you that it keeps repeating it over and over and over again. Now you're doing one little piece of something. You're doing 1/8 of what's going to be a full model, and you're doing better than your fucking job with the least amount of leverage. How encouraging is that? You're not even given the full move. You're just getting in there, getting 10 points of it, and then that's it. Pull out. Done. Hit it and quit it. Done. Then you get to see, was that a good move for free? He doesn't stop you out with a loss, and he never moves his stop loss. How's that? He doesn't need to. It's either going to run or it's not. If he hits a loss, he's stopping for the day. He's not going to go on the major drawdown. And you're sitting around doubting. All this evidence around you, all this shit around you. People outside of my own family, different walks of life, and they're bringing the receipts and the results. They're doing it. Why are you sitting on the fence? Wasting your fucking time. You're wasting it. There's no reason for you to waste any more time. Get to work. Start back testing. Encourage yourself. Because even if you do half of what my son is doing, I promise you, you're doing better than 99% of everybody else in trading. And that's not an exaggeration at all, because most people can't even make any money. If you just made $800 a week, fuck it, $400 a week. Most people can't consistently do that. They can't hold themselves to a process or a model. The only way you can do that is small little baby steps in the beginning. Don't put an expiration date on your success. I have to have it by this time or it's a failure. Don't have extraordinary results as the only acceptable result. That's what I was trying to do. Once I started seeing I can make money, I set so high of a goal that it pushed me into blowing the accounts all the time. That's exactly what I was doing. I was doing that very thing. And I was abandoning the simple things of just taking the trades I knew that were going to be there. And I tried to squeeze more out of them. You can't make a dog be more than what it is. It's a dog. It's going to run and behave like a dog. In every one of my trades, I try to demand them to be a dragon. A beast of mythological proportion. And when it didn't deliver, I looked at it as, I'm never going to be able to do this. When all I was doing everything backwards and asking of my models, which were very limited at the time, to do what they couldn't do. And I couldn't see it for that. Don't waste your time trying to force things in through these candlesticks. And don't focus so much on how much time you got left. As long as you're working every day, working towards progressing, moving forward, you'll get there. You'll get there sooner than you thought. Once you get there, in the time you're spending right now, that might feel daunting and too laborious, won't be so much like that when you look back on it. Everything seems so much further in front of you when you're trying to get there. The first time, it's always a long journey. It's that little kid in the back seat syndrome. We're there yet? That's that little child in you. That's the trader that's going to be who you are. They're excited. There's nothing wrong with that excitement. Don't kill that energy, but you have to nurture it and properly train it. Say, okay, we're getting there. It's just a little bit longer. We have to keep doing what we're doing. Keep looking through the windshield forward. We're getting every closer. Keep looking. Tell me when we get to the Burger King sign. Tell me when you distract them. Small little incremental progressive milestones. And it takes their attention away from the grander scheme. And that's all I've done with Cameron. I've taken his attention from feeling like he can't get to that 20-30 handle run model right now because he can't see. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Time, experience, doing it. So you want me to be able to tell you something, and it's just like a secret recipe. And it's the fact that you have to roll your sleeves up and submit yourself to this process all the time. And eventually, at what stage in your development, you're going to have that epiphany where it clicks for you like, oh, shit. Oh, I've been complicating this the whole time. If I just would have just did this and not worry about all this other stuff, I would have been able to be here in a place of contentment a lot sooner. And imagine the peace of mind that brings when you don't have to do more than what's comfortable for you. And who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks about it? You're paying your bills. You're meeting your ends. You're content. You don't have any fear of missing any moves. You don't have any fucking greed. Your model says, I'm making $1,000. When I make it, I stop for the day. Who's going to complain about that? You're probably not making $1,000 in 3 months trading right now. Start small. Build on it.